So have you ever wondered what it's like to design a piece of jewelry? Have you ever just thought about like the process? Do you just start out with the materials like the stones, or do you start out with the metals? Do you start out with a sketch? Where do you begin? Do most artists just start with a sketch, or do you just go and play? Well, I think it really depends on the project and where you want to go with it. In some cases you can do both, because I've done either way. I've gone in and just played and came out with something amazing, and I've also been very systematic about my process and what I'm going to do. So I'd like to share with you my process in a project that I'm taking on, which is basically I'm making a ring for my mom for her 61st birthday. Hi everyone, what's up? How's it going out there? I wanted to jump on and do a vlog for you. Yeah, this will be my first. It's a bit exciting, but anyway, I wanted to do this vlog about this ring I'm going to be making very soon. Also show you from like the design part all the way into the fabrication, and then go into the end product. We have already chosen the stone. There's a little background about that. About a year ago, my mom lost her father, my grandfather, and my grandfather was a jewelry designer and maker as well. You know, it's something he did more, I guess, in his later years. Before that, he was a tool and die maker for his profession. But I guess after making tools and things like that, he went into the studio and he was making himself his own tools to be able to make his own jewelry. And it was a very strong passion of his. And so when he passed on, or actually before he passed on, it was his wishes to pass the jewelry studio down to me. Along with his studio, I inherited some gemstones, and they were gemstones that he used in his own jewelry. And so Mom and I were looking through the stones and, you know, just checking out what he has in there. It's like looking through a treasure chest. And so we stumbled across this gemstone. It's rose quartz. Ever since I can remember as a young child, it's like she always talked about rose quartz. And I was asking her, you know, why have you always been drawn to rose quartz? What is so special about that stone that makes you so drawn to it? And she says, I just love the way it makes me feel. I love the color of it. She says, when I wear it, I feel more calm. I feel like I can handle any situation that comes my way. And she just feels very close to it. She sees it in, she's seen it smooth, like a tumbled stone. She's seen it in the raw. She's seen it cut with like facets. And she says, no matter how I see it, it's just beautiful. She loves the stone very much, and she asked me if I would make her a ring. And I said, absolutely. You know, like, I'd be honored to. So anyway, that's a little background into this project and why it's being done. And you know, my mom gets the joys of having both her daughter create something for her, but also a stone that her father had picked out at one point. He used to go away, and his wife, they used to go together and travel, and they would pick out the gemstones and things like that they wanted to use in his designs. And so here is that rose quartz. It's a beautiful piece. It's very soft, just a soft pink color. So so that's the stone. So in some cases you know, people have wondered, well, what comes first? Do you just design first, or do you have the stone already? Well, in this case, we had the stone already, so I'm going to be doing the designing around that. So before I get into designing, I'm going to do a little bit of some light sketch work. I'm just going to play around with some shapes and things. My mom has already given me a pretty good idea of what she wants, ideally. I know around the base of the stone, she's going to want some, around the bezel, she's going to want like a twisted wire type of look around that. I might play around with a little bit of some other ideas, maybe some other accents. Maybe I'll incorporate some little silver beads around that. She was also mentioning that she'd love a leaf, so I'm kind of playing with the idea of maybe adding 2 leaves, maybe kind of like somehow coming up and around the designing of the shank, and how this is going to wrap around her finger, how it, you know, am I going to taper it down? Am I going to leave it just one thickness, the band around? Am I going to take and create like a V type of shape when it comes up to the stone? These are some ideas that I'm going to play with. I'm just not sure, you know, as much as I want to follow what she's given me as far as an idea, these are just to give me some inspiration. You know, I never want to go into a design and copy someone else's design. That's just not how I work, and I just don't, that just doesn't sit well with me. So, you know, like I told her, I said I will do something very close to that, but also it'll have a different spin on it. It'll definitely be an original. So before I get into that, I'm just going to loosely play around and just do some sketches, get my hand moving. And it may not even look, the sketches might not even look like anything that's related to jewelry, but it's not even a matter of creating the piece right now. It's about getting my hand moving and getting inspired by the feel of the pencil and the paper and the shape of the stone, and just playing with it, letting my hand go, taking these ideas that she's given me and just letting my mind run wild with that. I'm really excited about this, because as much as she has given me these parameters, I feel like I still have some creative license to play and, you know, let my imagination flow and see what comes out of that. And we'll go from there. So today I got started a little bit late, so the light is changing quite rapidly because now we're going into the early evening. But I did get a chance to go outside and I picked out some of these leaves. I'm kind of liking this idea of the long leaf. I looked at some of the mint that I have in my garden, and I'm not sure what this plant is called. It's pretty common around here where I live, and it has these little red berries, and it has these leaves. I don't know, they look kind of, some are a little bit wider, some are a little bit leaner and long. And I was kind of like just looking at the leaves for a little bit more inspiration, because as you saw in the last bit, I was sketching out some leaves, trying to get some ideas of how to make the leaves flow into the design of the ring. And I'm starting to see that I needed to go out into nature and bring that in so that I can sit here and look at that. And maybe lay the leaves together, see how they kind of like match up, how they could, you know, lay against one another or whatever, just to kind of get a good feel for nature and what you can do with these elements. So something as simple as a leaf, you can think of, you know, could even be maybe not a full band, but maybe a good portion of the band could be covered in the leaf. So that's another design idea that I was kind of getting inspired to do. As you could see, right in here. Can you see that? I started to pull in a bit of that design. That's really bad. The lighting is so bad right now. See, I started to pull that design in there, and then I was thinking, well, what if I went further down? I mean, these are kind of short, but you know, still the same idea as this. But I'm thinking, you know, or maybe make like the ends of like the stem part, kind of do a twist to bring that twisted look that she's looking for and give this ring some character. So these are just some ideas that, you know, come up as you just start sketching and brainstorming. It's just part of the process. Sometimes you don't feel like anything's coming, which was kind of how I felt at first, but then once I just started just going with it and letting my hand move and not really focusing in on anything in particular, like I knew, okay, the stone is square, so we'll start with a square and then just kind of like go from there. Mom wants this twisted thing, this like, I keep wanting to call it a vine because I want to, I'm thinking instead of making it look so perfect and you know, like maybe going more into the organic look so that it looks more leafy, more like nature. And I feel like that will connect with the whole meaning of the stone. So, and I'll share that with you in a bit. I just really wanted to get my ideas flowing and you know, just start having fun with this and see where I can go with it. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Like I said, I'm gonna have to switch the lights because the daylight, I'm just losing it quickly. And I was thinking about maybe getting some, doing some video out and about because I've got to take the dog for a walk in a little bit. And I find that in the evening, early evening, I believe they call it the golden, like the golden hour. The lighting is really good, and there might be some plants along the way that we could stop and look at, and I can get some video of that or just some pictures of that to, you know, also again add inspiration. So anyway, I will bring you along with me. That should be fun. Guinness and I love to go for walks, and we've started up just recently, so it's we're enjoying that. So you can come along too. Okay, we'll see you soon. Okay, so we're gonna head on out now. We're gonna go up the hill. There's this one hill that Guinness loves to go up, and because there's a patch of grass that we get to, and she loves to roll around in it. So I'm gonna let her have her moment, and so let's get to it. So thanks for coming along with me on my walk, and also for hanging out while I do some sketches. I am definitely not done, and I have not nailed it down to any one particular design yet. So it is getting dark and a little late, and I still have some other work to get to. So thanks for watching. Be sure to click below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and if you want to know more, please leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know, ask questions. I'd love to share whatever I can. And also remember too that anything that I tell you here, it's strictly from my own perspective, from my own experiences, and some of the ways that I've been taught how to create. You know, just remember that there's more than one way to skin a cat, so there's more than one way to do things, and I'm just showing you the way I do some of the things. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next video.